tell you something. Let me tell you. Before watching this video, please like and subscribe, as this will help this channel grow so I can keep making great videos for you guys. Peace. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay back again for another video on Real Sports Talk. And today, I want to talk about defensive coordinator Mike Nolan. If you're a Cowboys fan, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Mike Nolan was fired. So was defensive line coach Jim Tonsulu was fired. The Mike McCarthy tree, as I like to call it. Just some guys who came in and they just didn't do their job efficiently. You know, the biggest problem with this team was that you had a lot of 4-3 guys. DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory, you know, all the guys, all the guys on your line, even when you signed Everson Griffin, these are 4-3 guys. And you had them running a 3-4 system, which they did not excel in. Like, you had guys like Everson Griffin get traded to Detroit and end the year with 6 sacks. You may think that means nothing, but think about this. Think about the fact that the Dallas Cowboys leading sack leader was 6 sacks in DeMarcus Lawrence. That tells you something. That he left, Everson Griffin left us, went to a team playing, I believe, a 4-3. I believe that's what they play, a 4-3 down there. Went to a team that was playing that and played better. I could be wrong, but I believe that's what it was. I just feel like they did not get the roster for what they wanted to do. You know what I mean? And if they was going to do that type of, it should have shown some progression. It wasn't just the scheme. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, these are NFL players. It's NFL players that can play good. It wasn't just the scheme. It's the players you were putting out there. It took you how many weeks to start Donovan Wilson? Like, Donovan Wilson should have been your starter probably day one. First game of the season should have been your starter. And it took you multiple weeks. And not only did it take you multiple weeks, it took you players in the safety position getting hurt. You had Darian Thompson and Xavier Woods out there when Donovan Wilson was on the bench. When Donovan Wilson comes in and plays the way he plays, that looks bad on you as a coach, because you got to turn around and say and answer the question, why didn't he play? Why didn't you play that guy? Why didn't you play a guy that had the effort that you've been looking for? Why haven't you played a guy that had the ball hawking abilities, the ball, you know, just, you know, the game record abilities that you needed on this defense? When they started Wilson, their defense started to play better. Crazy, but it's true. And, you know, the defense got better over the year. That's fair. But this defense can be better, in my opinion. DeMarcus Lawrence can give you more than 6 sacks in the season. I just don't want DeMarcus Lawrence trying to play like he Von Miller, because DeMarcus Lawrence like 25 pounds heavier than Von Miller. Von Miller like 245. DeMarcus probably like 265. That's a problem. I don't want, you know, Aldon Smith ain't skinny Aldon Smith no more. Dude's bulky. I don't want him standing up trying to contain and run after these receivers. No. Or try to guard people out the flats. No. I want 4-3. And I feel like the Cowboys know that. The Cowboys knew it. Jerry Jones came out and even said it, that he wished that they wouldn't have changed the scheme. So that's just the Cowboys, you know, going over their tracks and making the right move. You know, they're probably going to do what the Cowboys always do. Sign a guy from the inside. You barely see Dallas like go out and sign somebody from the outside. You know, they're saying that George Edwards, I believe, from the hire they got from Minnesota last offseason, could be the #1 candidate. You also heard Marvin Lewis, which I would definitely like, you know, even though I feel like Marvin Lewis is at the point now where I don't think he's going to want to go for a defensive coaching job, considering the fact that he's being he's being interviewed for head coaching jobs. I just don't think he's going to make that move. I've heard Chris Richard. I personally don't love Chris Richard because he's one of those guys where he kind of sticks to what he knows and to a fault. And I don't want a guy that can't make adjustments on the fly. I don't want a guy that only teaches one style of, you know, one technique or something like that, like how some of the corners and some of the people in Dallas said that he taught. You know, okay, we're doing it this way. We're not going to go away from doing it that way, even though teams know that we're doing it. I don't want that. I just want a guy that's going to be creative. You know, use the players you have. Use Donovan Wilson. This guy could be, in my opinion, a future Pro Bowl player. You know what I mean? He showed in limited games and limited starts, he showed what he could do for you. You know, use Trayvon Diggs, use DeMarcus Lawrence, use all those guys you have. Get better out of Jalen Smith. We've seen Jalen Smith play well before. It ain't like Jalen Smith has been trash. We've seen him play well. Now, I'm not about to sit here and say it's Mike Nolan's fault that he played bad, but I'm not saying that Mike Nolan helped the situation, because at the end of the day, Jalen has been playing, well, 4-3 since he's came into the league, and he had one of his best years playing 4-3. So the Cowboys just need to go back to that and just go back to being a 4-3 defense and using their players the right way and, you know, getting to the quarterback, because at the end of the day, if you can't get to the quarterback, you can't win in this league. You can't. 6 sacks won't cut it. A safety being the third stat leader in sacks with 3.5 will never cut it. It's okay for backups, but it's not okay for your starters, where you should have 10 sack guys, in my opinion. But those guys, in my opinion, are 4-3 guys. We couldn't even stop the run. And I'm not saying we've been great at the run, but we were bad this year. I mean, awful. I don't care what anybody want to tell me. Awful. This defense, because here's my thing. People want to sit here and say, oh, well, the players. Mike Nolan has been bad with defenses everywhere he's been. First off. Secondly, this defense was way better in terms of rankings last year than they were this year. And that's with Chris Richard. So it's not like this defense can't play good. I'm not saying this defense is great, but man, 47 points against the Washington football team? That's ridiculous. Some of the games where you saw what they were giving up was ridiculous. So hopefully the Cowboys bring the right guy up in here. I just want to say I'm glad Mike Nolan's gone. I think Mike Nolan was not a good fit for this team. I feel like that was just a bad play on Mike McCarthy trying to hire a guy that, you know, hired him or something like that, which is stupid. Same thing with Jim Tomasulu. He can go. Like I said, 6 sacks, 5 sacks, 3.5 sacks for your leaders in the sack game. You're not doing your job as a defensive line coach if you're not getting pressure on the quarterback and you're not getting sacks. That's ridiculous. This Cowboys defense can get better. They have talent. The scheme just has to be better. You know, it has to be handling the dirt. You have too many guys on your team that's literally 4-3 guys, and you're trying to get them to play 3-4. That's not going to work. Go back to the scheme, you know. And the Cowboys, I think, will be a better defense because of it. That's all I got to say about it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. Do y'all believe that firing Nolan was the right move? Or somehow do y'all believe that it was the wrong move? So, you know, let me know. That's all I got to say about it. Peace.